Hello, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the July love reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Alright, my brothers and sisters, I'm a fellow Sagittarius. I love being a Sagittarius. I have my sun, Jupiter, Mercury, and Neptune in Sagittarius. I have a Leo moon and Taurus rising, but today it's all about you, Sagittarius, and I love you guys, male and female. I know you get a bad rap, I know all about it, but who doesn't get a bad rap anymore? You know what I mean? So let's see what it's hitting for. We're going to get right into it and get your two romance angel cards out for this reading. All right, July period. See what it's all about. All right, so your first card, Sagittarius, is keep an open mind, right? Perfect. Sagittarius are perfect for that. And forgiving and learning. All right, so there's some healing going on, some new things worth waiting for at the bottom of the deck. So interesting. Keep an open mind and forgiving and learning. So this could be a relationship, a past relationship that perhaps you were like, you know, I'm not ever going to go back there. Maybe it was a bad or a relationship where it ended on a bad note, but it wasn't necessarily such a bad relationship. Maybe you've got harboring some feelings. But honestly, there's no point in guessing now until we, you know what I mean? We'll know once we get into the reading, because this could mean so many things, right? And quite frankly, I often, I don't claim to be a clairvoyant or a psychic. I'm intuitive, so I read the cards intuitively. And the message comes out, and then we usually get a clear understanding of why these two cards have come out for this particular reading. So show me what's going on for our lovely Sagittarius this July period. 2019 in the area of love. All right. Sagittarius, here we go. All right, so first card out is a Page of Swords, right? Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, okay. A lot of communication, Three of Cups. All right, here we go. All right, so, and a Page of Wands. Queen of Swords is in here. Wow, lots of back and forth. Look at this, Page of Cups. All court cards so far, apart from this Three of Swords, so here we go, our second three. Magician at the bottom, and another page. You've got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable. Another three. Unbelievable. Three of Pentacles. This is very, very rare reading. Rare spread of cards. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you have all court cards. One major arcana, which is the Magician. And then all the threes. Three is the number for bonding, loyalty, unity, coming together like-minded individuals, right? 3 can also be crossing the point of no return. 13 is the Death card. 3 can be luxury, recreation. The first three being the Empress. So certainly excesses, right? Excesses. Wow, interesting. So certainly coming together with like-minded individuals, right? Support. So keep an open mind and forgiving and learning. So you've got a lot of core cards, and this indicates to me that there's a lot of individuals, first of all, that you're dealing right now with, Sagittarius. It's almost as if you're famous. This could be somebody, you guys could be someone who is Sagittarius, you could be somebody who you might be on the cusp of being famous. You might be famous now. You have a lot of individuals around you, a lot of individuals paying attention to you in some kind of way, drawn to your energy. It could be that you are a TV personality. You could be on TV. You could be on stage. You are kind of at the center. You know, you're at the center of a lot of activity, right? People are coming forward to you. All right, people. A lot of people are coming forward to you with a cup of love. They're coming forward to you with offers of work, and so you're certainly. This is definitely for Sagittarius who is right now kind of in a whirlwind of activity. Your life is about, you know, your life. If it is not taken a turn for a, like, if it's in a, it's busy. You know what I mean? If it's not busy now, trust me, in a minute, it's going to be like that kind of extreme busyness where every single moment of your day is accounted for. Is, you know, you have to do something. You may have to answer to someone. This could almost be sudden fame as well. This could be like a sudden interest as well in you on a, like, on a mass level, right? It could be a breakthrough moment for you, right? That is just an overall indication of having so many court cards on your reading like this with the Magician at the bottom underneath, okay? But we're going to go through bit by bit. Page of Swords is the first one. So Page of Swords is very much talks about, now I'm going to get a little bit deeper into these court cards because normally a lot of times people read court cards as sort of either messages or an individual arriving, right? Or somebody making, you know, they're very kind of like very simple kind of interpretations. But with so many court cards, right, what we're dealing with is the actual deeper meanings of the cards and how they and their levels in the suit. And I'm going to do that with this reading, go a little bit deeper. So Page of Swords is this point in your life where you're just learning how to stand up for yourself. You're just learning how to stand up for your own opinions. You're learning how to articulate your opinions, right? You're learning how to put your thoughts. This is a point in your life where you have become you're starting to gain some self-esteem, some self-confidence, right? You're now a lot more confident to speak out. Page of Swords energy is the kind of energy that you have like when you're a young person. A lot of times it's when you're a young person. It doesn't really matter about your age per se, but it can be like when you're a young activist, when you just kind of started to get your political wings, you know, your political ideas have started to come in. And you're starting to feel confident to talk about them, to stand, you know, to you know enough about where you stand that you can support your position in, like, let's say a discussion. You know, it's not like just wishy-washy. You're getting to this stage in your life where you're beginning to learn how to make words work for you, how to use words in a way that is powerful, right? And you're learning how to have a sense of identity, right? It's at this point, and now, again, this does not necessarily, it doesn't really matter how old you are, but this can be a point in your life as well, Sagittarius, where you've really come to a place where you feel confident about your position. You feel confident, and you know enough about your position and where you are in your life that you can confidently defend it, you know. And you feel great right now, right? You feel great, and you're happy to discuss what you're going through with others, right? You're very happy to have these kind of frank discussions with people right now. You're very much in this kind of, you're feeling very social as well. You could be starting to do some kind of charity work as well for others, which requires like, you know, in a way like advocacy style charity work. So, you know, standing up for the poor, the homeless, right? Signing petitions and things like that. This is all very much Page of Swords energy, right? And it could be that you're kind of feeling that right now, right? Certainly with this card being the first card out in the deck, out in the spread, this is the kind of overall energy. It's kind of, certainly it can be, and now for instance, if this is not new energy for you, this can be a renewed sense of energy as well. You may have gone through a period where your self-esteem took a little bit of a knocking, but now you're right back at that point. You're right back in your kind of confident skin, right? Again. And you're feeling like you have command of your words again, right? And that's just kind of the energy that you're going forward with right now, right? So Knight of Swords, of course, is the next step in that. So the Knight of Swords is when you begin to learn how to stand up for others. You begin to do more for others. And as well, you have a really forward motion. You're putting your thoughts into action, your goals into action, right? I think here as well, this is also your energy right now. This is also very much your energy in the sense that you're feeling very ambitious right now, Sagittarius. You're feeling like you want to move forward with your plans, right? Not only do you feel a renewed sense of self-esteem, right? But you feel like very much like you're now, you know, you have this new self-esteem, but you're ready to really attack your goals and your dreams. You're ready to put ideas into place. You're not fearful of reaching out. This could be like if you're starting a new business, right? Or if you, like I say, you might be going through something that's giving you a kind of sense of fame as well. Well, this is your ambition card, Knight of Swords. Like you're all about moving forward with it. You're all about meeting with the right people, having the right conversations. You're not afraid to attack this head on. Okay, and you certainly have support of friends around you. There's a lot of support. You're feeling really like buoyed up, I want to say. Three of Cups. Three of Cups also talks, so when I said earlier, threes is the number for loyalty, unity, bonding. Three of Cups, a lot of people call it third party energy, but it's, you know, third party energy that you know about. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? You see them there. You know, they're not hidden. So it's much more kind of like being with like-minded individuals. Love, you know, this, if you're talking about relationships, oftentimes this can indicate a polyamorous relationship. You know, if you're in a polyamorous type of situation, right? But this is right now just really like you're feeling very popular. Again, like I said earlier, you're in a real like kind of phase where you're surrounded by like friends, you know, friends who enjoy your company. You know, when you come in, it's like people, you know, people's faces light up. They're happy to see you. And you have this kind of like, you know how it is when you're hanging out in certain groups. There's certain people who are considered a little bit more like even popular than others, even within their little kind of drinking crew or whatever, because that person happens to be the life of the party, or this person happens to be very funny, or whatever the dynamic is. But you are that person right now, Sagittarius, right? Very much so. Right now it's like, you know, you're wherever you go, people are very happy to see you. You're happy to see them. You know, it's a mutual thing. It's not just one-sided. I don't mean to say this in some kind of like conceited way. This is a very mutual thing. You feel very loved wherever you go, and you also love the people around you. These are your friends, right? These are people that you consider part of your tribe, and you're kind of living a really nice social life right now with them, right? You're not necessarily tied down to any one individual. You know, I think Sagittarius, if you are involved with somebody right now, you are certainly still very much going on your own path right now, because so many things are happening for you. Now, this Page of Wands is someone coming in. Someone has come in for you. They have an idea. They want to talk to you. They want to communicate with you, right? So Page of Wands, that's the simplified kind of interpretation, because that's what I am intuitively reading about this card in its position as related to the other ones, right? And how I come up with that is because I, you know, after, you know, this is many over 25 years of reading tarot, so that's a whole nother video. But if I tell you the deeper meaning of Page of Wands, it's very similar to Page of Swords, but only in the area of creativity and passion. And so just as the Page of Swords is where you begin to find your feet mentally and as a thinker, as a supporter of your ideas, here in Page of Wands, it's the beginning of being free to be creative. Right? This is the first step in learning how to be extremely creative and being free in your creativity, you know. This is the Dancer, Fire Dancer card also in other decks. Of course, this is not the imagery here, but in a Thoth deck, it's a Fire Dancer card, because it's the Princess of Wands in the Thoth deck, and she's like, You know, it's the first stage of her being free creatively, meaning she's learned how not to be. She's no longer embarrassed. She no longer has like the ties of the ego that limit her. You know, a lot of us have like issues to do with ego that limit us from being completely free and completely as uninhibited and creative as we'd like to be, right? We put limitations on ourselves because we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want our pride to, we don't want to mess up, so we don't want our pride to be hurt. You know, there's all these kind of, these are all to do with kind of baser emotions. And this Page of Wands or Princess of Wands is beginning to learn to overcome those emotions. And she's, for the first time, feeling very free in that way. Here, however, the Page of Wands is someone coming into you. Someone is very excited. They're exhibiting that kind of that kind of energy. They're very excited. They're probably thinking about some kind of new creative endeavor that they'd like to have with you. But they're coming into you with a message of this, right? Queen of Swords is in the center, and so this is also your energy, because here, even though you're moving forward here with Knight of Swords in terms of your ambitions and your goals, Queen of Swords is very, very, this is another side of you that you've cultivated, which is your ability to see through the bullshit, right? You've gone through a lot, Sagittarius, and you're at a point now, very much so, that Queen of Swords energy, where it's like, whoever is coming towards you with any kind of offers to do with projects or working together or being creative together, you're being very discerning, right? You're being very, very discerning. You're being very cautious. You're requiring them to explain themselves, right? And then also, in turn, you've got someone coming on the other side with an offer of love. There's someone who's coming towards you. And this could be one or more people who are coming towards you with little tender offers of love. I mean, they just want to get next to you. They want to talk with you a little bit more, get to know you a bit more. You know, this could be somebody that you know already, but I believe this is somebody new coming in, right, who sees you now and is like, oh, I want to get to know this Sagittarian. Right, and I'm not sure if you're interested or not, because right now you're living your kind of very ambitious life right now. Now, this could also be and this is where we have keep an open mind and forgiving and learning coming in, because this could also be somebody coming back, because down here we have the Three of Swords, which indicates a past hurt. Somebody's really upset you in the past, right? And they've really upset you with their words and their behavior. It isn't so much that they broke your heart in the sense that they stopped loving you and you continue to love them. It's just that their behavior was so manipulative or so kind of controlling. You just feel duped. You feel kind of, you know, you feel like you failed yourself by falling for this person or allowing yourself to get roped in with their kind of like, you know, their tactics. You are genuinely hurt that this person even tried this kind of tactic with you. And it's just like, you know, they may have cheated and lied. So you're hurt about that. Your pride is a little bit hurt about that. And it's just kind of like really, you know, and this energy is there. And I think that perhaps one of these people who are coming in, and I think it's probably this Page of Cups here, could be this individual trying to come back and trying to offer an apology. Okay. Whether you actually forgive and forget, it's really down to you. I mean, I feel like you're almost kind of over the whole thing, but it's like as if they want the forgiveness almost, right? Like, because look how they're coming. It's like almost as if you're in court and here they come with the cup, like, I'm sorry. And you're like so past them now. They're still, you know, when it all happened, you guys may have both been kind of like young, right? Like sort of at the same level, I want to say, right? Okay, not to say that you were a page necessarily, but at the time, right, you guys were kind of sort of more at the same level in terms of like, you know, status in a way, right? But since then, you've moved on to Queen of Swords, right? They haven't really moved on much. They're still kind of young, naive, childish, etc., etc. And here they come back with this apology. And it's so interesting because the dynamic has changed so much. It's like you've surpassed them so much in terms of being in your queen, and here they come, and it's like almost as if like you're kind of like, oh, okay, you forgive them because you almost feel sorry for the fact that they're still such children and they're still so immature, and you've almost, you know, you've kind of gotten over this Three of Swords. This wasn't, like I said, such a deep hurt, but it was almost like, you know, it was a hurt, but it's like you are so far past that, but yet, you know, here comes this interaction, and it's almost like you're doing them a favor. It's not really for you. There's nothing really to forgive and forget for you. It's almost as if like, wow, you still remember that? Like, I was hurt at the time, but I don't even, you know what I mean? But if you still remember that and you need me to forgive you, then here you go, my son, move along, you know? And I feel like it's very much like that kind of energy. So it's like keeping an open mind, forgiving and learning, you know, just keep an open mind about the whole thing, you know, and just be like, wow, you know, some people, you know, I mean, honestly, I've had that experience. I've had somebody come to me and talk to me about an incident that happened literally 10 years ago. And this person was somebody I didn't know all that well. And they remembered all the details and they were still harboring like a little hurt about it. And it wasn't even anything really directly to do with me, but a friend of mine. And it was just quite fascinating to me how someone could hold on to something so deeply for so long. And you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, like I cannot even remember what they're, you know what I mean, there wasn't a day that I thought about this issue like ever since it happened, you know what I mean? So I mean, in that way, you got to keep an open mind sometimes, because it's like your experience is not everybody's experience, and some people really hold on to stuff in a way that sometimes for you is kind of like, wow, you know, you can't imagine. The Magician is here because of course there's a lot of manifestation going on. You're feeling very much on top of things. This now also could be somebody else coming in, but they're not actually coming in, they're just around you, they're matching your energy. And this could be the person worth waiting for. It's like they just pop up, boom, the Magician, just like that. And like that's it, nothing. And this could be very much just a popping up of someone in your environment that later on may turn into something. This is like so much of just an inkling. It's almost as, I would say that you may not have even seen them. They may not have even seen you. It's literally that they physically now are around you, right? And you may not even know it. They may be, you're around you in a bar, in a restaurant, in your physical environment, at work, wherever, in the same neighborhood or something. But you two ships have not necessarily crossed yet, right? You're there, you're next to each other almost, because you're Queen of Swords and this individual is coming in. It's almost as if like you're there, you're next to each other, you're around. It's like you're looking at your thing, they're looking at their thing, but your energies are both quite similar and copacetic. And also here comes another offer as well. You've got to, as I say, this is a very fortuitous period for you, where you're getting a lot of people keeping an eye on you, because not only do you have an offer here of a creative endeavor, here comes an offer for more abundance. So somebody wants to do something specifically to do with increasing your finances and wealth. This person wants to make money with you. This person wants to, here you have an offer for creativity, you know, and doing a project together. And this person has an offer for you of strictly like, let's build this coin together. I say that because at the bottom of the deck here, you have your third three, which is the Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles talks about individuals coming to you because they recognize you. They recognize your work. They want to work with you. You have two people here, you know, talking to the artist. This is the main character, right? The worker, the artist, the laborer, the master craftsman, right? Whatever it is that he's good at, he's the master at it. And people are now seeking him out. Right? It's the Three of Pentacles is also gain. It's when you put mind, body, and soul into your work that your work transcends others to such a degree that people want to come to you to have you make their places of worship. You know, this is a place of worship for someone. So for someone to come to this person to create or to work on something so dear to their heart, you have to understand how much respect and sincere love, respect, and devotion these individuals have to this artist and their craft. All right, so it's much more than just like, hey, I want to work with you. These, you know, this people really truly believing in you. And certainly with these aspects, with this aspect, then yes, you will have multiple individuals coming in, and these are all pages and these are offers, because they're new offers, they're pages, you know. This one, I believe, like I said, is an apology associated with this Three of Wands, right? And you give it to him. And this Magician, I believe, is someone that might be you're worth waiting for, because they're around you, but you know, you don't know who they are. Let's get some clarity real quick on these cards. This is an incredible reading, Sagittarius. Some of you are about to really blow up. Some of you are about to perhaps get that song, that record, that painting, whatever piece of work that you're working on is about to perhaps go viral or whatever. It's just like all of this attention and eyes are on you. And for a good reason, because you're good at what you do. This is not a fluke. You've worked very hard for this, you know. It's just that, and if you're already in this space, then that's fine, you know, that's great. But I feel like you're not necessarily already in this space because, you know, there's a lot of pages, so this indicates a newness about all of this energy, right? Show me what's going on with this lovely Sagittarius reading for July. Show me. Cards are jumpy. Three of Wands wanted to come out. That would have been the fourth wand. That would have been the fourth three. Show me. Sagittarius July. Show me. I just did a reading where all the fours showed up. So this is quite interesting that so many threes will come out for you, Sagittarius. But let's see. All right, what we got? 10 of, wow, look at this, beautiful, abundance. 6 of cups, beautiful. 6, the lovers. 6, oh my God. 7 at the center. 4 of cups. 19, the sun. Sun is the card for fame and fortune. 7 of swords and 5 of pentacles. Oh, wow. At the bottom of the deck, we have Princess of Discs. So there's your page of discs coming in again. Excuse me, my nose itches so much when I do these readings. Okay. Princess of Discs. So there's your page of discs right here. So page and Princess of Discs are the same one. Princess of Discs in the Thoth deck and page. So, right. Princess of Discs, again, going deeper into that energy. She understands the beginnings of what it takes to work for something. Discs being the world of the material. So the Princess of Discs is just beginning to learn what it takes to build something, to create something, how much work it takes, how it takes discipline and diligence and attendance, how she has to be... she has to be there every day. She has to be dependable. She has to maintain integrity. She has to maintain her connection with the spirit and maintain it in such a way as being grounded. You know, as the fruits start to come in from her labor, she has to remain grounded and remain focused on her vision. Just as all the other pages are the beginnings of learning or learning that kind of the energy of that suit and in integrating that energy of that suit within our beings, so is the Princess of Discs at the first rung of the realm of the material, of learning how to be in the realm of the material and work for material things, and which parts of ourselves we have to restrain and maintain in order to work towards our goals and our material desires, right? So you got a lot of beginnings here. 10 of Pentacles is coming out over the Page of Swords. So, like I said, you're at this point. You're feeling very you're very confident. Your self-esteem is really high. You're able to articulate yourself. You believe in yourself, right? You defend your position certainly as people come for you, and abundance is coming in. 10 of Pentacles. It's just like you're at the cusp of a lot of money and fortune coming in, Sagittarius. Here's your 6. You have a lot of 6s on the board as well. So 6s is the next incarnation of the 3, in the sense that 3 is bonding and loyalty, and the 6s is now a movement, is a journey towards harmony after that bonding and loyalty. It's when you take your relationship and you take it forward, right? 6 of Cups is beautiful. It's a beautiful energy coming in for a relationship. And it's covering this Knight of Swords. So when I say earlier, you're very ambitious right now. Your ambition and your forward motion is going to take you into a place where you have very happy relationships coming in. Lovers are coming in over this 3 of Cups. So certainly, like I said, right now you're feeling very popular. You're hanging out with like-minded people. Out of all of this, there will be a love scenario. And like I said here, this Magician is around. They're in your area, your social area somehow. You may not know them just yet, but they're there. And here is the confirmation or reaffirmation that through all of your socializing, your social circles, certainly the opportunity for true love and companionship is coming forward. It's worth waiting for, right? Another 6, again, beautiful. 6, success coming in over that Page of Wands. The 6 of this is like, wow, okay, so the success is coming in. This person is coming forward with an offer, like I said, a project offer. There's a high degree of success inherent in this offer, right? Now, there's going to be multiple offers coming your way. It's up to you, Sagittarius, to discern and figure out which offer is this right one. I'm not saying to pick the first one that comes in. Right? So there's assumptions. Remember, there's assumptions that we make about readings that, you know, a lot of times not the reader, myself, is not always going to address every single side. I try to address as much as I can. But when I say a Page of Wands, the offer is coming in, a highly creative offer to work with someone, and it's going to be a success. It's going to lead to some nice success, right? This is not to say that it's the first one that comes in, because you may have multiple offers coming in. This is to say, though, that one of them is good. One of them has integrity, has good possibility for success. But it's up to you, Sagittarius, to discern which one that is, okay? And you do that using your Queen of Swords. You use that using your sword of, like, you know, your BS barometer, right? Your liar barometer. You know what I mean? With this energy, you can see through and you can discern which opportunities coming your way are true and proper. Also covering her, you have the 7 of Cups, talking about be careful what you wish for, be careful of overindulging, right? Certainly overindulging and wishing for kind of like, when you're wishing for like shallow things, you know, fleeting desires, you know, when you wish for vanity, you know, beauty, which is vanity, you know, you wish for fame that's not earned. Quick fame, you know what I mean? Money, quick money that you haven't earned. You know, the easy pie in the sky kind of thing. Be careful what you wish for, because when you get it, you know, sometimes it makes you sick. You get sick on it. You know, sometimes wallowing in kind of like your fantasies and allowing yourself to kind of like be pulled along by them, you know, it's like too much of a good thing that doesn't lead to anything better. And you eventually, it becomes a sense of debauch, right? Debauchery, just too much of enjoying kind of like you know, the pleasures of the 5 senses without it being elevated to any higher good or anything like that. Eventually you get sick of it, right? And so now it's very much like you're being very discerning about what your goals are. You're being very careful right now about what you're wishing for and what you're working towards in terms of your dreams, right? Sagittarius, you want to work towards real goals and not just, and that's one of the reasons why all of the success that is coming your way and this attention and fame that's coming your way is well deserved. It is also something that you're going to have to maintain, but you maintain that by staying true and by being careful about, you know, what desires urge you forward. You know, your desires need to be pure and they need to be connected to the spirit in order for them to really take you somewhere significant. Page of Cups is coming in, right? So remember what I said earlier, this person is coming back with an apology. Keep an open mind. They may have hurt you in the past, right? 4 of Cups is here. 4 of Cups indicates that you're not actually willing to accept any offers right now. You see that they're worthless. You see that they're shallow, right? But just, you know, if it's a case of just making them feel better or accepting their apologies so that they go away, I would suggest, you know, just accept it and be, you know, take the high road. You don't have to accept their cup in terms of a relationship. Now, if they're coming in and they want a relationship, I feel like you right now, Sagittarius, you're not really here for that. You're not here to go backwards. You're kind of here to go forwards. They would have to come with so much for you to be interested in them because you're at your queen and they're still presenting as a page. So I don't see that happening. But if it's a case of just tying it up neatly, forgiving, learning how to forgive, learning how to give somebody else their kind of moment, and certainly if their apology is sincere. Because here you go, you come out of this clean and shining. You know, it's all tied up nicely. The karma's been burned off. Certainly if you give them their moment so they can just go ahead and apologize and get it off their chest, you come out as 19. You come out great, feeling great. But remember, 19 is interesting. The sun has inherent an issue of solitaire, being solitary, being alone. Not lonely, but being alone. Remember, the first 9 in the major arcana is the Hermit card. So the second 9, 19, Sun, very much indicates a lot of success, a lot of abundance, a lot of fame even, right? But oftentimes it can also indicate that you are alone in that fame, because not everyone can follow you in the Sun. Now, in this deck, the Thoth deck, there are 2 characters here. In the traditional deck is like kind of the babe on the horse, you know, the young toddler on the horse, which indicates a new stage, a new sense of freedom, right? Of childlike kind of enthusiasm and bubbliness because of all of the success and this adoration and this attention. But again, that character is alone. Here in the Thoth deck, they've chosen, Aleister Crowley and the illustrators have chosen to use 2 characters to indicate the opportunity for having a relationship with someone in the Sun, for having somebody follow you in the Sun, that is not closed off to you. But in any case, you closed off this karma, you go past this. If you aren't past it already, this last little thing with this individual, it like ties it up real nice and neat, and you move on. Futility, 7 of Swords, interestingly enough. So your magician person, who I believe is someone around you, kind of around you, who doesn't see you, you don't see them. You guys are kind of working around each other for now. Maybe not haven't made any eye contact just yet. They may be feeling a little bit futile. They may be feeling a little bit like right now, like they're in a very tricky situation. It could be that somebody is also working against you to meeting. There's 7 of futility. 7 of Swords indicates also like interference, when people interfere in your situation, and so everything you're trying to do is futile. It doesn't work because there's someone that you don't know about who's kind of throwing a monkey wrench and everything, right? There's somebody who's in there trying to take your kind of happiness, because 7 being the number for dreams, hopes and dreams. The 7 of Swords is when somebody kind of wants something very much. They usually want what you have very, very much. They kind of almost thief in the night take it, you know. They work to take what you have because they want what you have. They want, their goal is what you have, right? And so this can indicate individuals who are kind of in a way working behind the scenes to stop you two from meeting, or stop you two from, you know, perhaps this person has had an interest in you, and so far they've kind of like just they've kind of like just been dealing with some of the people that are in your life who's stopping it. So just take care, right? 7 of Swords is like, watch out, you know. 7 of Swords is thief in the night energy, you know. And certainly they call it futility because it's, if you don't realize what's going on, it just seems to you that everything you're doing just is not working. It's a futile attempt. But if you open your eyes a bit further to see what's happening around you, you realize that the reason for the futility is that you have people working against you that you didn't realize. 5 of Pentacles comes in, worry over money. Comes in over this opportunity. So this, remember I said this is an opportunity to make a lot of money. Just take care. 5 of Pentacles seems to indicate that you are concerned. You do worry. You do have some anxiety. 5 of Pentacles is 5 being the number of power struggles. So you're struggling also internally. Like, it could be that you're struggling with, you know, the morality. I don't know what kind of money deal this is, but you may be struggling with the morality of it. You may be struggling with whether or not it's going to work. It could be that somebody's coming to you with a lot of figures that on the surface seem wonderful, and then maybe you're like, well, hang on a second. So just take care. Look a little deeper, be a little careful, but don't worry too much, because 5 of Pentacles is certainly about worry, but not necessarily any indication that there's something to truly worry about. All right, so this is an incredible reading, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to call it. It's 34 minutes now, so I'm just going to leave it at that. This has been really something. Some Sagittarius, if this resonates with you, you are about to blow up. And no, you're not. You're blowing up so much right now that a relationship would have to be extremely, this person, any person who wants to get into a relationship with you right now or maintain a relationship with you right now would have to be exceptional, because you're moving at lightning speed. You're moving at lightning speed. And like I say, this is certainly for those people who are about to break, be famous, break open, go viral, companies about maybe to get stock, whatever. This is a huge change. Very many people looking at you at once. certain level of notoriety, of fame, of people wanting to get into your ear, work with you. Definitely option, very beautiful options. Just take care of some of the energies like I mentioned. All right, but for right now, if this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to get a private reading, follow that link below at the bottom of the screen. And for right now, I'm just going to say to my lovely Sagittarian brothers and sisters, wow, July is going to be a wonderful month for you. Bye-bye.